everyone, and welcome to this unboxing video for Riot Quest! The core box. This is made by Privateer Press, and is their new-ish, it's been out for nearly a year I think, miniatures game, and newish both in the sense of that time frame, and this might as well be War Machine Hordes. It doesn't play like it at all, but every model for this game has rules to be used in War Machine Hordes, and is based in the same setting. Sort of. It's an alternate timeline from the one that will be happening. And I say will be happening because this is set in the future as if the Infernals win. But let's get into this. So, this is labeled as the Arena Miniatures game. Oh, and this is officially the Mayhem box, because there will be other boxes like this that are effectively core boxes for the game itself. They've already announced the second one. And it comes with 5 miniatures, which is how many you need to play. Basically everything in here to play as one person, not the 2 people minimum to play this game, is in here. I already actually have 4 other models for this, 2 of which I bought when I got this, but 2 I've already had. Because, again, they're usable in War Machine Hordes. Piece of cardboard for some packing. But, yeah, the box is pretty straightforward. This is the usual size box that they use for starters, I believe. So, like, all the War Machine Horde starters. And we've got a set of dice. These are the same dice that are used for Monster Apocalypse, although there is a D6 in here. Which is, I believe, the same exact D6, yeah, that they pack with the War Machine Horde starters. So I actually have a bunch of these exact ones. And then these come in 3 different colors. White being the most likely to hit things on. These being hits. I believe it was blue was the next. I've only played 1 game of Monster Apocalypse, and I have yet to play this. And red was following, which has a 2 on it and only 1 blank. So they're pretty much mostly just blanks and hits. Speaking of Monster Apocalypse, we have an ad for it, with Riot Quest on the other side. I think this is just the generic thing they throw in. Like, I think I had got one of these from the last mystery box crate that I ordered. We've got miniatures, cards. I'll get to those later. Riot Quest, I believe. Yep, this is the map. So it's a hexagon grid map. And they do make neoprene versions of this, I believe. Although they were not available, to my knowledge, for the first few months. I'm trying not to rip it. There we go. Haha, there we go. So, every space is just a lot of different stuff. And the entire point of the game is you're a crew of looters that are just trying to get loot. It reminds me a lot of the World of Warcraft miniature game. Which, yes, there was a miniature game. In fact, it's right there. Or at least one of my boxes is. And it was actually pretty good. But, yeah, it didn't stick around too long. For, my guess is multiple reasons. But that's not the point. It was also a hex-based arena game that revolved around a lot of respawning your stuff and having unique abilities and such. So then we got the Rulebook, which has a bunch of different stuff in it, mainly just rules. I'm looking to see if there's any artwork outside of, so it looks like it's just so far the base artwork for the characters that are actually on the cover, which is the same artwork used on their cards. In fact, yep, here they are in the back, again, with their artwork and painted miniatures. And then there's a few more, and I believe it's supposed to be the entire original release wave. So, like, everything from here up, the top 2 rows is in this box, everything else isn't. But I have that one, for example. Because it works with Infernals. It's the only mercenary that does, in fact, that isn't also partisan. Then we've got a punch-out board full of stuff. I don't know if this is right. This doesn't. This might be a little wrong, but Pretty much, I don't know if the tokens are supposed to be double-sided, because if they are... Whoops. My guess is that they are, and oh well. Privateer Press is really good about replacing their stuff when they make mistakes, so I'm not too concerned. I also have another thing to tell them of just like, hey, by the way, this thing was missing a head. Can you send that at the same time? So, that leaves just the cards and the miniatures. The meat of the game for the most part, minus the dice. As I was trying to say, this game has a lot of ridiculous artwork. Like, this is their non-serious game. It's up there with the old Gobber game, which was a standalone card game based on basically Gobbers, their version of goblins, going crazy and doing stuff. I think it had one small expansion, and I could be wrong on that, but it's that kind of tone. And I'll be honest, I mainly buy these because they're usable as War Machine miniatures. And that is a genius marketing strategy. Hey, this stuff is usable in more than one game. Hey, miniature developers, including Privateer Press, do this more often. Like, your upcoming Warcaster game, make some of that usable, and vice versa. GW, do this with more than just your demons. Not that I don't love demons. So, we've got treasure cards, which are various things. I don't really know how this game works at all. I know it's just silly kind of stuff, but a little bit of strategy here and there. Then we've got what look like generic scrap cards. They are the same on both sides. A game symbol and hero action summary card. The actual character cards. So we've got Dreyfus the Storm Knight. If I'm correct, he's not really a Storm Knight. He's just somebody who was like, yeah, I like the Storm Knights. I found their gear because there's none of them alive anymore. I'm going to be a Storm Knight. Gubbin, a Gobber with firework rockets. Eris, Fortune Hunter of Ios. This is actually Eris 4, at least for the War Machine game. She's one of the earliest mercenaries in the game, and, well, there's now 4 versions of her. She's not the only one because of this game. She's also the only one of these 5 that is not brand new to this game. Dez has a rocket launcher in half-plate armor, I think. Yeah, that would be half-plate. And then Balthazar Bamfis, a dwarf! Or Rulebook. They're called both in this game. And that's all their stats on them and everything. Then we've got Riot Gear, which, if I'm correct, these are unique pieces of gear for each one of the characters. They're not unique to them, but you buy that character and you get a unique one. Like, for example, I have, because I had just assembled her a few days ago, James's cards right here. And she came with one Riot Gear, and I've opened up Master Gurgleplox. Comes with the same stuff. And I think that's all of the miniatures. Dicewell, literally just a place to put your dice. They have the same kind of thing in Monster Apocalypse. And then bounties, which I think is how you actually win the game. I could be wrong. The treasures might also have victory, like, I'm guessing that's victory points. Again, could be wrong, but it's first to so many, or first to so many over kind of game. Because, yeah, I believe defeating your opponent's models doesn't do anything. They just eventually get back up, or teleport back in, or whatever. It's meant to be a silly game, but we've got stuff like Bombing Run, Freaking Imposters, Get Paid, Weird Little Bugger, Bullseye, Bullet Magnet, Look, a Death Trap. Like, excitingly, there's an exclamation mark at the end of that. Wasteland Mugging, Telephenomenon? No, Telepandemonium. Get Lucky, Wreck Face, and Brain Snatcher. Also, because I didn't bother reading all the other stuff, let's do that now. We've got the Shard of Rathonk, Hyperspring Boots, Galvanic Repulsors, Echo Displacer, and Bang Rounds, which I would have thought was from the Gobber, but it says from Dez with love. And then the treasures were an iron... Oh, there are different types of chests. Puzzle chest, hidden chest, lock chest, spike chest, ticking chest, and iron chest. And those are all the things with images and different names. So I know the characters have specific roles, like as in defensive, offensive, support kind of roles. I don't know what they actually are, but not, hey, they do actual things. No, it's like, well, and they do specific things as well. All right, on to the thing of miniatures. This is going to be fun to sort out. There are 2 medium bases and 3 small bases, which is irrelevant for the purpose of this game and is only important for War Machine Hordes. So let's start off with, honestly, I'm just going to show off the bodies because there's just a bunch of mixed parts that I'm going to have to sort out. So here's Eris in her usual look. Like, this is almost always how she looks. Different poses and stuff like that, but the leather armor, cloak, usually has either a sword and a crossbow, or 2 crossbows, or 2 blades. I believe in this case it's a double crossbow. Like, here's one of them. I'm holding it by the bayonet of said crossbow, and it's got a magazine loader. And we've got Balthazar Bamfist. He's holding an orb of something that he looks like he's gonna throw. Dez, who's really big from what I can tell for a human. But she's the one with the rocket launcher. Yay! Big things go boom! And we have Dreyfus, who, yeah, is also pretty tall for a human. And then we have the Gobber, who I can't remember the name of, who's missing his head, hopefully somewhere in there. Holding, yep, 2 sticks of dynamite, strapped together, already lit in that hand, with a giant arsenal. It's not just fireworks, giant arsenal on his back. And then there's things like the Storm Lance and Storm Shield for Storm Knight, Bam Fist. I don't know. I think this goes to Dreyfus. Looks like a jump pack. Here's the Gabber's head. And just a few other pieces in here as well. It's a lot of different pieces. I'm not even going to bother counting them for the purpose of this video. I'm sorry. If you'd like to see these in more detail, feel free to ask. But that's all for now. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to press that like button. If you think somebody else enjoyed this, feel free to share this video. Either way, you'll help this video get seen more. If you didn't like this video, go ahead and press that dislike button. I won't mind, but please leave a constructive comment as to why. Also, feel free to comment in general, such as, would you like to see any of these up close, like I just said? Or would you like to see any of them painted, which also would get them seen up close? And by painted, I mean sooner than I would than normal, and more so posted sooner. Also, if you'd like to see me do any breakdowns of this game, like I do with a lot of my other detailed overviews, I won't do a general breakdown because other than this sheet of tokens, which again might be printed wrong, I've shown you everything in the game. If people would really like me to do a quick summary video of that, I can, but not until I get a new sheet of tokens. Not the point. Also, if you'd like to hear anything about War Machine Hordes, or my opinion of the Iron Kingdom setting in general, including what my thought is with the 2 various future games spinning off from it, being this and upcoming Warcaster, which at the time of the recording, the Kickstarter for is going on right now. Don't know if I'm going to get on that. Might get into the game later. And if you'd like to see more like this, be it more unboxing videos, my board game overviews, my painting videos, all 3 of which I try to do for Privateer Press products, and anything else that I might do on this channel, feel free to subscribe. Regardless, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye!